Good evening, welcome. This is Real Talk Live with Rodney Grimes. It is June 24th, 2020, and my topic today is the lurking predator when it hits home. I tried to have another guest with me, but something came up that I had to make some other arrangements. And so a lot of times what I have to do is then get back and think about just what is the real talk for today. And I've just been having several conversations with different individuals about things that's going on around them. And I realized that we have like these physical and spiritual lurking predators. And as we know what predators are, not all the time when you say predator, you'll think about a lion, tiger, bass, something like that. And it doesn't mean that because they're lion, tigers, and bass, that those type of predators are bad, but we use that terminology because they are very aggressive. And so when I started thinking about what a lot of people have to deal with on a daily basis, I realized how many predators we have around us. Some of them in your family, some of them your close friends, a lot of them on your job, just your neighbors, sometimes it's even your partners. And so you have to understand that you have to be aware of the physical predators and the spiritual ones. Before I go on, I would like to do a shout out to Felicia. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday to you. Many blessings I send to you, and happy birthday to anyone else that's having a birthday that's tuning in today. So I just want to say peace and blessings to you. I work today, so my energy is up and down, and it's all over the place. I had some experiences talking to some young fellas today who are working for a predator. The thing that really got me was they were telling me about how they are working on this job, and this older guy is manipulating them and putting pressure on them, and they just trying to work, and he's really robbing them. And all came to my mind was he's another one of the predators out here that just want to take advantage of people who are trying to do right. And so, as I was riding home, that just was heavy on my heart, and I just was really feeling bad about it. Excuse me. I also had an incident where I had to deal with another type of predator who was trying to prey on someone very close to me, and I had to intervene so that I could make sure that he understood he was barking up the wrong tree, and that we will come after him. And so today my energy is like just really focusing on be aware of what type of predators you're dealing with. They come in all kinds of colors, shapes, sizes, and like I said, they could be right sitting next to you a lot of times. But you got to be aware of who is the predator, who's the predator, and how to deal with it. And when you think about it, you being aware of your surroundings can start to protect those who are being attacked, even yourself. When you become aware of your surroundings and face reality, facing the truth about what's going on around you, who really has your back and who want to see you fail. I've been dealing with some people And some of them I see the real truth in them, because I look at them like predators in a way, because they all they want to do is just kind of nip at me enough to try to see me fall, and not so much that that's their whole intention, but they don't do much to help lift me up. And so sometimes I look at them like predators. And then I have to watch myself and make sure that I don't become a predator as well, because sometimes it's your selfishness that make you react as a predator. I'm trying to just kind of make a point today. I'm not going to be long. I know I say that all the time, and sometimes it just goes over, but I promise you I won't be long today. I just got some names put in front of me, so it kind of threw me. Felicia Harrison, Lauren Williams, Rachel Pope, Michael Evans, Michael Ham. Welcome those who are tuning in right now. What I'm saying is we have to be very conscious of the predators around us. We got predators that come into our neighborhoods that look just like us. Bringing drugs, they're bringing havoc, they're bringing deceit, they're bringing untruth. We have predators that live in your house that don't want to see you prosper, that feels envy of you when you're trying to move forward and do something, and they don't do anything to support you. You have predators in the church that sometimes it might be the preacher, deacon, or the deaconess, or it could be the choir director, somebody, that is using their position to manipulate you. Then you have those who just sit back on the internet and prey on young, innocent children. And we also have those who will offer you a position just to take advantage of you, just to gain their own satisfaction of financial bliss, if I may use that term. So, again, we have to be conscious of the predators around us. And you have to make the change on how the predators or predator will be able to deal with you and your situations. It's up to you. We talk about change. That's very important. Change comes within your house. It becomes right within your mind and your heart. You start right there. The man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror. You get rid of that inner demon predator that you have that have you to move in different directions where you're not doing what's beneficiary to others. You sometimes can walk around with that predator demon in you. I'm using that word because that's what I feel like we're being exposed to with all this havoc that's going on. We have these predators that are literally trying to destroy certain things that's going on in this world. And we have to stop it. And how do we stop it? We stop it with you, me, going after them. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people. So, what I want you to do is just kind of look around you, see what type of energy you have around you. See who's supporting you, who's helping you. Look and see who's the predators right in your space. And get rid of them. Because I do not believe that we are placed on this earth to suffer, to have a lot of trials and tribulations. I don't believe that. I believe that with all the beauty that God gave this earth, that He intended for us to be on here happy, loving each other, sharing, and just, living life. I know that sometimes we have to become a predator to eat, to survive, and that's probably the only time that I see that, we can look at it and kind of justify it. But when we are having these predators coming after our children, I'm talking about grown men going after little girls. We got got them going after boys too. I seen several segments where they were talking about these predators that's going around. You gotta let's focus on the young people for a minute. You gotta pay attention to what's going on around them. Make sure that you're paying attention to what they're doing on their phones, on the computers, on the laptops. When your daughter or your son is up under the covers and he's 9, 10 years old with a phone, and you come in and you say, "What you doing?" and he say nothing, you should automatically take the phone from him and see what it is. If you go into your child's room and the door is shut and they're not paying rent, there's no reason for their door to be shut and them in that room alone on the phone, and when you walk in they get quiet. You need to find out what's going on. The predators are working. They take that opportunity to seek out those ones who they can manipulate and convince them that their parents are the enemy. Those type of predators we need to go after. Then we got those predators that will just seek out to take whatever they can from you. You know, people who don't want to see you succeed, but they always want you to do something for them. They are all over the place. We have those. What I'm saying is don't wait till the predator come into your home. Don't wait till it hit home before you start to do something about it. Look around right now, because there's enough of them out there, and believe me, they're right there next to you, that you can start to make some changes in your life. Get rid of them. If they're not doing things to help you to move forward, believe me, they are like a predator. They just nipping away at you until they can see you fall down. It is good practice for you to be aware of your surroundings. Look to the right, look to the left, and look behind you too, and definitely keep looking in front to see where the predators are coming from. This is Real Talk with Rodney Grimes, live, PTP, People to People, Power to Power, Positive Thinking People. The topic today is the lurking predator, when it hits home. You know, when I think about that, I'm thinking about like maybe a sickness or financial burden come on you. You'll start feeling beat down. That's that spiritual predator. The spiritual predator coming and tampering with your soul and your inner feelings and your inner spirit. Those are real. And if you don't watch it, you'll find yourself so depressed and down and out where you do not want to wake up tomorrow to see the sunshine. You'll be walking around thinking that you're not worthy to be smiled upon or greeted upon with love and respect, because that spiritual predator will be coming after you with the intent to seek you out and destroy you. It's up to you to be aware of the predator, especially before it hits home. You don't want it to get right in the midst of your life, and before you know it, you're falling apart. I'm hoping my conversation today is going to be something that's going to make you be aware that there's something going on around you that you got to get rid of. It might be drugs, it might be a bad habit, it might be an extra person, it could be a job, it could be something that's like that predator around you that you got to get rid of it in order for you to move forward. Because see, what you got to understand is this. You're responsible for your life first before anybody else. And if you're not going to pay attention to what's going on around you, and you're not going to love you and take good care of you, you can't expect anybody else to do that. It's up to you to make the changes. I was speaking with a gentleman today, and I was talking about, just my health and how I'm moving forward. And I said, you know what? I'm going to keep concentrating on really trying to be a better me, trying to, do the things that's going to have me to be a healthy man at 60. That when I reach 70, I'll still be able to function and do things without any assistance. I was thinking about that today. That's another one of those what I call spiritual predators that was in the back of my head telling me, I got to do more for me and not concentrate on others. But I know that I need to concentrate on all of us. I win, you win, you win, I win. So please just take the conversation today. Think about what's going on around you. Get rid of all the negativity. Watch out for the predators. Get back on, like I said, I want to get back on with our kids. That's one thing that you got to be careful with. I went to get some gas today at the gas station, and the lady was talking about she's sick of seeing all these kids walking around like zombies. I knew what she was talking about. She happened to have been an Italian. She told me she was Italian, and she works at the gas station, and in an area where I know that it's all black people in the area. And she said she was tired of seeing that. And again, the word predator came up. It came up because some of them walking around like zombies are predators themselves, looking for some havoc to put on somebody. And then I thought about the ones who gave them crazy drugs. He or she is a predator as well. And it don't mean it's just the predator right around the corner. It's the predator that's allowing this stuff to come into your neighborhood. We have these predators all over. And it's important for us to seek them out, get rid of them. And that would lead me to bring up this topic as well, voting. You need to watch who you put in your office to take care of your cities and your government and your country. We have all kinds of predators. We got predators coming at us from all ends, and it's up to us to make the difference. So I talked to a young guy today. He said, man, I ain't think about voting. I said, dude, that's the wrong attitude to have. I said, that's what they want. The word predator came out there, and I said, all them guys up in those positions, they're like predators. They don't want you to vote. They don't want you to care about anything, because all they want to do is be able to sit back and eat you up alive. They want to concentrate on what they want. So I'm not going to be long, because I have some things I really need to concentrate on, and I just want to take this time to send peace and blessings to you, and know that this is Real Talk with Rodney Grimes, PTP, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. I ask everyone that tune in, please, to share, help me to help you. Go to YouTube and share. Go to YouTube and subscribe. And if you have some topics that you want to talk about, email me. Rodney GPTP@yahoo.com. It would be my pleasure to talk about the things that's going to help you move forward. I would like to also welcome John. I don't know how to pronounce that. Right. I hope I pronounced that right, John. Please accept my apology. Angela Gomez, Dewan Shepherd, my cousin, welcome. Peace and blessings to you. The topic today is, the lurking predator. When it hits home. We all got to vote. That's right. Hey, Angela, I had to put that, we have to talk about that. That's part of the way that we keep the predators from having position over us, by voting. We're making a difference. I'm excited because this platform that I have is reaching a lot of people, and it's because of you that it is. I've been getting a lot of requests. People were calling, they're emailing, they're talking to me. I mean, they're approaching me even on the street. Man, I love what you're doing. But you know what? I love what we're doing. I love what we're doing. We're making a change. We're getting rid of all that nonsense. We're focusing on the good things around us. We're making a difference in our homes. I sat down with one of my sons yesterday, and we sat on the back patio, and our conversation was so powerful because it was about business. It's about us moving forward. We was talking about my grandson, how we are going to include him in the things that we are working on building right now. We was talking about the negativity that we have to get away from. And yesterday the word predator didn't come up as much as it did today because yesterday all I was looking for was just keeping my mind on this positive direction I'm moving. The positive direction I'm moving in. And I was like, man, listening to him talk, it was just so enlightening. It was so motivating for me because it made me feel like, that I'm doing something right. And so today, my topic, just as I thought about yesterday and the day and all that was going on, I was like, man, we got to make these changes. We got to get rid of all the negativity around us. We got to make sure that the predators are put aside and put in their place. We have to get out here and make a change. We got to make a change where, like right now, what we're doing about the police and everything, we're getting them police predators out of there. They got to go. All these predators that's sitting in these high seats, in these government official seats, they got to go. They got to go. We got to get some new people in those positions that's going to be about the people. It's going to be about making sure that we're moving as a unit, as a country moving together. We have to vote. We have to get into these. A lot of people say, I don't want to get into no politics. But you wait till something happens to you just right in your neighborhood that you want your city councilman or you want the mayor or the governor or somebody to do something about. And then they say, thank you for your vote, and come to find out that you didn't even vote for them. And you allowed the wrong person to get in a position just telling you thank you because they ain't really going to do anything for you. Remember, it's up to us to make the change. It's up to us to make the difference. I ask everybody to do that. Make sure that we get out, share this positive information. Let people know what's going on. I don't do this because I get paid. I do this because I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. And I believe that God put me in this position to do this because He wants me, along with others, to change our surroundings and change how we're living and get to a point where we're actually moving in a direction where we're seeing a lot of joy, peace, and harmony in our lives. Not where we're running around with these crazy feelings for each other and looking to see somebody fall and don't want to pick them up. Yes, they all got to go. We need new, fresh blood. That's right, Angela, we do. We need fresh blood. Fresh people in a position. Young people at that. I keep going back to something that one of my guests, Frank Johnson, said. He said, we can't expect the young people to come to us. We have to go to them. And that's what I am doing. I am doing just that. I'm going to them, talking to them. We need to create these new leaders. Prepare them so that they can understand what they can do to make the difference. They're a new type of species, for real. They're a new type of species in the human race. They have a whole different agenda than what we had. A lot of these young people don't care nothing about black, white, Asian. They just a melting pot, man, trying to move in a good direction. But we gotta start preparing them to be in office. And we got to start making sure that we are looking at the people running for office and make sure we put the right ones in there so that they can open the doors for the leaders that we'll be preparing for them. But it's up to us to do that. We looking at all this trouble that's going on. I'm trying to tell you, It's our fault. Well, we have to get our folks to join the police department and other departments in order to make the changes. You're talking about we have the right jobs, just the wrong folks in them. Hey, Mike, you are so right. Being a police is not bad. Being a police officer is good. It's a respectable job. We just got to get the right people in it. You know, I thought about something I thought about today. You know who came to my mind? Marion Barry. I thought about him. I also thought about Chuck Brown. What made me think about them? Because those two guys were true leaders in our community that cared about the people. And I know we got many, many others. But they really cared about the people. They made, you know, they had their trials and tribulations they had to deal with, but it was really about the people. And it's important that we prepare our kids to understand what Mike just said. Mike said, yo, we have to put the right people in these jobs. We have to put the right ones in there. We have to groom them. It starts at home. We can make the difference. If they don't know, they don't know. You can't be mad at them if they don't know. Go to them and let's start to talk to them. Let's have them to stand up and pull their pants up. Man for Life, read his book. Very powerful. I'm telling you, we have to make changes within ourselves. We have to start at home. Start with your children. Start with your children. Stop letting your children teach you. No, don't say that. I didn't mean to say that. Your children can teach you. Don't let your children dictate what goes on. You know right and wrong better than they do. So it's up to you to make that difference. But prepare your kids. Our kids are very smart. They're way smarter than we are. The technology that they're dealing with is just phenomenal. And I'm telling you, if you go to your children and you sit down and have some pure conversation with them, you'll be surprised at what they know that you think they didn't know. Get into their head and try to find out what's going on. Remember what I was talking about the predators with your children? Let me tell you something. The predators come in all kinds of ways, and they come to try to destroy the things that's precious. They want to take them and control them, and they want to do bad things to them. Right? We, the protectors, we have to fix that. And we have to get in a position where we are making a difference. Teaching them the responsibility from right and wrong. Letting them know being truthful is a good thing. Being honest is a good thing. Being strong-minded is a good thing. Being educated is a good thing. We have to prepare them for the future. Just because we're getting older, we're not done yet. We have to do our part. Get rid of those negative predators and let's put some people in position that's going to be leaders, that's going to care about the people, that's going to get in these jobs. I'm talking about every time that you talk to your children, find out what their desires are for the future. And start preparing them now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds. Have some conversation with them and see how much they know. They'll blow your mind if you just take the time and just put yourself in the position to say, I hear you. Don't all the time be talking at them, but listen, receive them, go to them. Take them with you when you go to vote. Take them with you so that they can see what it's like to have to stand in that line, and they're going to ask you, why we got to stand here? Say, because we can make a difference by who we put in office. Why we got to read this? Because one day this right here will change your outcome of your future. Why do we have to eat that? Because this right here will stop you from getting cancer. This will stop you from having diabetes. This will stop you from getting migraines. We got to educate our kids and put them in a position where we're helping them and to understand how to become leaders and not the predator. Become leaders and not the predator. We don't want the predator to come home. We don't want to wait for the predator to come home and then we look at it as our own child or as our neighbor's child. We don't want that. We want to make the difference. So it's so important for us to pay attention to what's going on. I told you I wasn't going to be long. I'm just really, I've got quite a few things going through my spirit. And I just thank God that, that I had the opportunity to come on and to share a little bit. Welcome Sam and Tay and John Terrell, Yvette Gardner, Sharice Johnson. I welcome you. Just remember, it's up to us to make these changes. Especially for all our young people. It's up to us to make the changes. We have to teach them how to look out for the negative things that's going around. We got to teach them how to become the new leaders. Prepare them to become the new mamas and daddies and aunts and uncles. A lot of the things that we learn from our ancestors. You think that they're not learning from us? It's important that we make that difference. This world needs to have every nationality will have equal rights. We need that. That's what, you know how we're going to get it? When we start to get out and vote, make sure we got the right people in office. When we get the right people in office, then we're going to start seeing change. I hate to say this, but certain people knew who to put in office because they wanted to have havoc and they wanted to be able to become these predators to dictate and overpower people and disrupt people's lives. And a lot of people who didn't vote, that's your fault. I'm just calling it, it's real talk. It's your fault. You sitting back talking about your vote don't count. Believe me, it counts. It counts. Each one of us, someone said, each one teach one. Bernard said that to me. That's who said it. I was trying to think of who said that. Each one teach one. Come on now. Let's stop sitting at home talking about, okay, we'll let them do it. Let me tell you something. Yo, if you don't do something about it, you are guilty as charged. You're guilty as charged with the situations when they come out negative. Because you have to put your 2 cents in. Predators are planning to steal the mail and votes out of the mailbox. I'm trying to tell you. That, and let me tell you something. When we're talking about the votes this time, let me tell you something. You talking the tricks, it's going to be tricks coming from every which way but loose. We got to be prepared this time. We got to talk to the candidates who running for office. Talk to them and look them straight in the eye and ask, what are you going to do for me? What are you going to do for us? What are you going to do about the problems that we have to deal with right now? What will be the first 3 things that you're going to deal with when you get in office? You got to find out what their agenda is. And if you search and ask the right questions, they're going to have to be honest with you and they will reveal who they are. I was thinking about running for president myself. I know that sounds crazy, but I swear I was thinking about it. I say, I'm no disrespect, because I'm just telling you. Shoot, I felt like I could do it. I think I'd do a good job, considering, because our show would be about the people. Absolutely, Rachel. Our nation was made up with different nationalities. That's right. It says, Gigi Wong said, tell them who to vote for.
I'm not. I won't tell. I'm not. I won't tell. I'm not. I don't place myself out there to tell. No disrespect. I don't place myself out there to tell them who to vote for because they have to search for themselves. That's their job to do that. It's their job to do that. I want them to. I want each individual to get out here and to find out who you need to have in your community representing you. Because in my community, it can be a whole different direction. And no disrespect, Gigi, no disrespect. I don't want to tell them who to vote for. What I want them to do is I want them to find out and get the information so that they know in their heart that they're voting for the right person. I can tell them, and I could be wrong. I'm not right about everything. I'm still investigating myself. With everybody that's running for office, that's what I'm going to do. I want to talk to them, I'm going to them, and I'm going to ask questions. I'm listening out for the different meetings and the rallies that's coming up. I want to attend. Because I want to ask. And when I do get an opportunity for those who are running for office that's not afraid to deal with the real talk, I will ask them to come on and come on the show. I'll do that. And let you make your own opinion. I have no problem doing that. But I will not tell you who to vote for. I think that's each one of our responsibilities for us to find out and go out on our own. See, one of the things we got to remember is it takes you to make the difference first. You. When you know where you stand, you can stand strong. If I tell you where to stand, I can put you on the edge. And you can fall. Don't be afraid to find out who's out there. Don't be afraid to get the information. Take your time and see who really has the right agenda. See what positions are open. And start to make your difference. This is Real Talk with Rodney Grimes. People, power, positive people. I tell you, people, that's me, you, and them. Okay? People who run for office, and the people who vote to put them in office. Right? Power, the power of the people that's in office, and the power of the people to get them out. Positive thinking people, that's me, you. Me and you. Me and you. Me and you. And sometimes it's them. And when I say them, we always know you make them whoever you want them to be. You always have that one bad apple in the bunch. He'll be with them. She will be with them. There's always that one person who wants to try to pull you down. He or she will be with them. If Trump can do it, then you can run for president. You would get things done. You know, I'll be honest with you, I would. And I would, if I was the president, let me tell you something. One thing that I would say that I would mimic Trump 100% with, I would say whatever I want to say. I would just be very polite and cordial and respectful, but I would say what I want to say. And I would tell the truth. I'll make a difference for every American. Black, white, yellow, red, brown. I would think about every American at every American's level. Rodney, you just said something that hit a nerve. We're marching and have a great number of people, but we are not demanding anything. So we need to show up and put demands on the table with 2,000 people. We will get their attention and make them give us what we really need for our community. Hey Mike, can you tell me when is the march? Can you tell me when is the march? Put that on here. Also make sure that you get in touch with me so that I can be one of them, of that 2,000. make sure that I'm there to support. Your community is my community. Our community is their community. The community is all of ours together. It's time. We looking at all these trials and tribulations we've been dealing with this pandemic going on and everything, and that's nothing. God just waking us up. He said, look, this is time for change for real. If y'all wasn't going to do it on your own, I'm showing you how to get it done. So many of us are waking up. We getting that cold, wet washcloth put on our face to life, telling us to wake up. So, hey, Mike, if you would, just put that, I'm pulling it up. Okay, I got you, my brother. I appreciate it. So, and Mike, we got to get you back in so we can have you back on the show as well. Mike is another powerful, powerful brother that's always doing things in the community, and I just welcome him. Yvonne Smith, Regina Young, Lacey Hamilton, and Keena Avery. Welcome. Hey, Lacey, how you doing, babe? Much love and respect. Mwah. Oh, Mark. Oh, what's up, Marcus and Danielle? Welcome. Love you, Del Ray. Love you, Del Ray. Hey, let me tell you something. At this time, it's up to us to make the change. It says, hey, brother, whenever you call, you know I'm there. That's right, Mike. I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to work on that. I'll call you. So we're going to do that because I know you got a lot more. You got some more information. We had you on when we was at the other studio, and I know it's time. We got to get back down and do some more dialogue. So I'm going to set something up. Hopefully within the next 2 weeks. I got to see what my schedule is for the guests. So, but I'll call you and we'll make that happen. I'm just excited that we are making change, and finally, I think that we got all America paying attention to us. You know, if we think about it, all America right now, eyes is open. Whether they want to see the good or the bad, they have to look and see what's going on. We got this platform. Why do you think I keep asking you to go to YouTube and hit subscribe? Utilize this platform because we get ready to take this thing to a different level. We get ready to let them know, I'm not afraid to speak my mind. I'm not afraid to tell the truth. We talk real facts. We are not sitting down. We are tired of being stepped on, stomped on, thrown in jail, lied on, cheated on. We're tired. We've had enough. We take every platform and we move it forward to make it so that each one teach one. So what I'm saying is, help me elevate. Help me elevate. Brandy Wallace was on. I got to get her back. She's a phenomenal speaker as well. She does a lot of positive broadcasting for individuals that need some special guidance in the spiritual world with their growth in Christ. And I said peace and blessing to it. But something I've got to repeat that she said, I need people. She said, I need the smart ones, and she called them something else. I'm just going to say the not so smart. But I need people. I need you. I need you. Do you know that Oprah needs you? Tyler Perry needs you? Ella needs you? Did you know that all the celebrities that hold positions where they have talk shows or different things, like new rappers that come out, they need you. Because they won't succeed without you. I need you. PTP needs you. You can go to my page or my Facebook page and you can subscribe right there on my page. You go to YouTube.
Excuse me. You can go right on my page. It's that easy. It doesn't cost you anything. What I'm looking at is the process of us moving forward. I didn't say me. I say us moving forward. Also, I don't know if my cousin Dewan is still on. I would like for you to give me a call if you can. And if Walter, my other cousin, is listening, I would like one of y'all to give me a call. I'm getting ready to say this publicly, but I need some other guys who are a little older than me to shed a light on some things on how they see it. And then I'm also getting ready to bring on some young cats, some young dudes. I mean, when I say young, I'm talking 18, 19, 12, 13. I'm getting ready to bring them on too, because I want to hear their version. I don't want it to just keep coming from my perspective. I want to hear what they got to say. I'm going to them. I'm going to them. I'm going to bring it to them. And I'm going to bring them to you. That's what this platform is for. PTP, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. PTP, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. I'm telling you what I know for a fact. God has set a journey for me to follow. And I will continue to do so. Because I know that He knows my heart. He knows my thoughts. He knows where I'm going with this. TC, June 27th, 3 p.m. down King Street to the Masonic Temple. A lot of our young folks put this on their...
Put this on.
Oh, put this on, and they need our support to
support the melting
support
pot.
Support the melting pot.
You spoke up. Will be in attendance. He said T.C. Williams, June the 27th at 3 p.m. down King Street to the Masonic Temple. A lot of our young folks put this on, and they need our support. The melting pot you spoke of will be in attendance.
I got you. June 27th. So that's going to be Saturday, I believe, because the day is the 24th, tomorrow's the 25th, Friday's the 26th. Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there, Mike. So, did you just hear that? So at TC Williams on June 27th, 3 p.m. Hey, that's where I'll be right there. I promise you. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. We have to make that difference. This is how we do it. This is not the time for everybody to sit back and try to see what's happening. And you just say, let them do all the work. This is not that time. This is for everybody. If you can walk, get out there and be in that rally. Let people see. I went over to the one that was at GW, and it was so amazing to see so many different people of color come together and go for one cause that was to unite us. I'm still working on photos, but let me tell you what happened. This one lady, this one white woman, I wanted to hug her so bad. She jumped out of her car with her little girl, and she put her hand up like this, and she had her little girl put the sign up that said Black Lives Matter. And people started applauding. Now understand something. What excited me, it's not when she did it that it meant black power. It meant power to power. Power to power. Power to power. People moving in the right direction. Positive thinking people. Man, that woman, she just melted my heart. And it was so much more so because she was white. I know she don't know what it's like for me to be in my black skin, but at least she's trying to understand.
Oh man, that was amazing. I'm telling all of us. It's not about just Black Lives Matter too. It's about all of us. Humanity. It's about humanity. But know that black people been getting treated bad for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. We've been put behind an 8 ball so that we have to struggle 10 times harder than anybody else. We got the foreigners coming to the country and they can get loans, they can get houses, they can start businesses. And I'm not mad at them for doing it. What I'm just frustrated is about why is it that we are being targeted? I can answer that. Because we got to make a change. Because they see that we lay back and let them do whatever they want. We have to make the difference. We have to make the difference. Welcome, Sharon. I love you, darling. Bernard Jackson. How you doing? Jackie Ingram. Terrence, what's that? Callahan. Cheryl Flemings. I thank you. I thank you. Listen, I'm telling you, it's up to us to make the difference. It's up to us to make the change. It's up to us. Hey, the topic today was the lurking predator. When it hits home. The lurking predator. Predators are everywhere. They come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. They come for all different reasons. Believe me, we have to be prepared to make the change so that we can chase the predators out of the positions. We have to vote. We have to make a difference. This is Rodney Grimes, Real Talk, live. PTP, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people. It's up to us to make the difference. And I ask everybody, please go to YouTube, subscribe. We're trying to take this to a different level. Hopefully in a couple more weeks, we can really see some changes. I can just tell you, all I can do is that I'm speaking my piece, but when you see it, you can be saying, Rodney told me. I got some other information that I can be sharing with some people too that's going to change your life. Because God already doing it in mine. He's doing it. I'm just excited. At 60 years old, shoot, I'm starting to feel like I'm living my best. Because the best is yet to come too. It's going to get better and better because I'm ready to make the change. I'm ready to make the change. And how we do that? Remember to vote. Remember to support each other. Let us build. We got to build within our own community. Chase the drug dealers out. Bring the positive thinking people in. Chase those predators out. Bring the positive leaders in. What we got to do is we change the way we go about it. I am not a preacher. I am not a teacher. I am a motivational speaker. I speak from my heart to motivate you to make a change in your life. This is Real Talk with Rodney Grimes. People, power, positive people. Hey, I'm out of here. Because you know what? I love you, and I want to make sure that I am concentrating on the things I need to concentrate on to make the change. God bless you. You be safe. Remember to stay safe. Also, before I go, let me tell you something. I ain't telling you not to wear your mask, but you better check about, just get the information about how to wear it. It's a trick behind it. It's a trick behind the mask. The predators are not telling you. You need to check and get that information. Real Talk. Real Talk Live. PTP. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people. Thank you, and God bless you.